The finance team have been involved in the merger process from day one. It started off with work through the due diligence process. The net assets of North East Housing Service were around $4.5 million, and they comprised mainly of property and cash. So those assets have come across to Haven Home Safe and form part of our $226 million net assets. But also in terms of ongoing activities, we have a broader range of support services. Primarily the North East Housing Services operated the Transitional Housing Management Program and still do in that area, so that's extra funding programs. It's given us a broader skill base amongst the staff to contribute to everything that Haven Home Safe is. In terms of ongoing opportunity, we now have an ability to better service our metro-based properties from our now metro-based office. An initiative of the former Labor government was a National Rental Affordability Scheme, which was a housing subsidy that was provided to create an affordable housing opportunity. Strategic decision we made about 2 years ago was that we would get into the NRAS management business, which is about the management of the compliance activities required for the NRAS scheme, but without actually owning the property itself. We have established an NRAS team, which is a dedicated team based in our Preston office. So even though Haven Home Safe don't own the property, we are part of the value chain that creates that affordable housing outcome. Traditionally, we've been a grant-funded organisation delivering homelessness support programs. We diversified when we built affordable housing to earn rental income. Now we've diversified again and created an income stream through the management fees we can derive from the compliance activities for those NRAS. There's certainly organisations with larger amounts of NRAS attached to their own portfolio, but I don't think there's anyone explicitly out there managing NRAS incentives on behalf of private investors. It's not without its risk. But the focus that it brings to the team it's a real customer service focus, because our customers are the investors. 5 years ago, we were one of the first associations to establish a corporate style debt facility for the provision of affordable housing. As that first facility agreement is expired, we're now one of the first to be renegotiating our corporate debt facility for the provision of our term facility, and we had strong interest from several major banks. In the end though, the pricing and the terms and the relationships with the Bendigo Bank were the deciding factors that meant that we were in a position to renegotiate our current facility into our second facility. This term is a 5-year term. Our previous facility was a 3-year with extension, so we have a longer term focus. We'd still like to be able to negotiate a longer term in the future. I think that's probably the direction we're heading. Interest rates are much lower now than they were 5 years ago, which is of great relief to the bottom line. It creates a bit more space within our budget to do more with the properties and to provide a better service to tenants. Look, in terms of our investment back into the organisation, in this year we've nearly tripled the amount of our capital budget, almost up to $1.5 million compared to what we would spend in a normal year. Firstly, into an integrated housing and finance system. We've made a decision to invest in Copera as a finance system, and we're about 2 months into that installation and everything's on track to date. At the moment, the organisation is managing around 1,700 properties, a mixture of affordable and transitional. This IT system will enable us to manage many more. The other major item of investment is into our building infrastructure for our metro office. We're examining options to create a better, more modern working environment for those staff. The other investment has also been in our IT infrastructure, in effect the connections, the servers that exist between offices. We've also upgraded our internet connectivity into each office, effectively doubling internet speeds. There is a new payroll system coming up. We have worked with the same payroll system for 18 years, which has been steady, reliable, basic. but largely unsophisticated and not at all 21st century. So this system will have a range of HR modules which will be of great benefit to the HR department. In summary, the bringing together of a new debt facility at lower cost, a diversified income stream through the establishment of NRAS compliance business, through the broadening of our operations by establishment of a metro office, all of those things improve the overall financial viability of Haven Home Safe. So they all contribute to making the organisation much more financially sustainable, and creates a stronger platform for future growth.